My name is Scott, and I have always loved being around the water. A dream of mine was to one day own a lakefront property of my own. For years, my wife and I have driven around the state looking at property. Sometimes we were serious, and sometimes we just needed something to do, but we were always dreaming. Now the dream has become a reality. Come join us as we attempt to build our very own off-grid cabin on Lake Lot 9. Always enjoy your videos. I'm finally caught up. Took me a while. Really love the quote at the end. Do what you love and do it till it hurts. That is real and true. Thanks for all the effort you put into these videos. And hey, I really like the sped up parts with the background music and the trail cam stuff. Nice touches. So this is a comment from Tasmain3. And I really appreciate those type of comments because I'm by no means a professional at this, and I'm obviously building the cabin first and worrying about the video second. And anytime I add anything new or do or say anything, you're always subconscious about whether or not people are going to like it, and apparently at least one person does like it, so I greatly appreciate that. That makes me feel pretty good. And then Mike Claimer 9322 comments on almost every video, and he says, really nice seeing you get to live and build your dream. I enjoy your videos. So that was actually a comment a few videos back, but just wanted to highlight a couple before we get started today. And speaking of today, we're finally going to get that subfloor down. This Reflectix roll, bubble, insulation, whatever you want to call it, seems to kind of be the new thing with a lot of the cabin builders. And it's not going to supply a whole lot of R value. I think it's about 3.7, so less than 4 R value. But the good thing about it is it is pest and rodent resistant. So I guess, I don't know if it's where it's shiny or if where it's full covered or whatever. Supposedly, mice and bugs and all that don't try to chew through it. So in my case, my foundation's up off the ground quite a bit. This may be all I put for insulation, but if I decide to put more, then I can always go under it later and do that. It'd still be a pain, but it's not like I'm gonna be laying on my back, pushing straight up, trying to put stuff in. So I'm gonna put this down because now's when you gotta make this choice. It's either put this down now or not, because the subfloor is gonna go directly over top of it. I guess the downfall to this is it makes it kind of hard to glue your subfloor down, because you'd have to glue this down, then glue that on top of the subfloor, and then you still have got this barrier in between that's going to give. So we'll just have to deal with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my subfloor and lay it up here just loosely, and get up on my knees, put the next row of Reflectix down, tape the seam, and then start putting the subfloor in and the insulation in as I go out. That way I work from the low end, then I get a platform to start on, and I can push my way out toward the high end. Hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm down here working on this cabin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't get you to come help me.
Well, I would. If I lived up there, I'd love to be doing it. If I did, I'd be sitting there in the shade drinking a beer, giving you shit while you were doing it.
Yeah, I'm making fun of me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's plenty to be made fun of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My first 3 sheets just kind of loosely laid up here. They're not in place. But that's going to give me a surface to go ahead and put my next row of insulation down and tape it up. Then I can build my way out. The one thing I already realized I forgot is I didn't buy any knee pads. And I also had a throwable device, a cushion for a boat that I was going to use to put my knees on. So probably going to regret that, but here we are. Right, so there's row 2 of the reflectics down. Now I'm going to push these 3 sheets to be relatively close to where they need to be. So my plan is, and this is probably going to sound dumb, and it probably is, I'm going to try to get all 9 sheets connected and laid down before I nail any of them. Now, is that going to work? I don't know. And my reasoning is, so to back up a little bit, I went with this Drymax Subfloor from Menards. Best I can tell, that is their version of Advantech, which is kind of the standard, it seems like, anymore. So this is tongue and groove on the long edges and not on the short edges. And I was going to go with just regular plywood, 3/4 inch plywood, because I found some on Marketplace that was new for $25 a sheet. And I finally said, well, heck with it. I'm just going to put this down. Now this has supposedly an industry leading 500 a day no sand guarantee. So it's supposed to be able to withstand weather for 500 days before it would swell enough where you need to sand it. Now in my case, I bought a cheap tarp and I'm going to cover this whole thing because I don't want water to get in between my subfloor and my reflectics and just lay there. So I'm basically going to put a semi-permanent tarp over this thing, fasten it to the post all the way around, and I'm probably going to build this cabin on top of that tarp and just leave it covered the whole time. But more to come on that. But anyway, so anytime you buy this tongue and groove material, it's not a true 48 inches wide. It's 47.5. I need 3 rows. So theoretically, I'm going to lose 1.5 inches of face. You'll still have the tongue, but I'm going to lose 1.5 inches of face between here and there. So I'd like to get all 9 sheets down and get it all positioned exactly where I want to get it, because I made this foundation ended up being a little bit long and a little bit wide. So I'm already long and wide. Now I'm going to lose subfloor face. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I've got the same amount of loss on all 4 sides, make it easier to keep up with. And I'm also going to use this aluminum tape. I guess it's for duct work. Looks like it's got a backing on it, so that's going to be interesting. But I'm going to use that to go down this seam, these seams of this reflectix. All right, guys. So tongue and groove by yourself is a pain in the butt. Although I'm probably doing it the stupidest way possible. But I've got these 6 sheets pretty much where they need to be. Everything's not super tight. I still don't have any fasteners in it anywhere, and that's my plan. Probably don't make sense, but that's my plan. I did almost forget. So I got 1 row of 3 full sheets, and I almost forgot to cut 1 sheet in half. Start with a half, full, half in the middle, and that breaks up your joints for I guess for maximum structural benefit. You don't want all your joints to line up. So the next row will be 3 full sheets again, which is good and bad. It's good because I don't have to cut it, but it's bad because I got to pack full sheets up here. All right, so I got all the sheets in place. They're not tight, but they're pretty close. So I've got probably a 1/4 inch gap, or a 1/4 inch of my rim joist showing here, about a 1/4 inch on the back. I'm flush on this side. On this short side, and my biggest gap is on the front here. So what I think I'm going to do, because you can see I've still got, I don't know if you can see that, but I've still got gaps to work with to close up. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this top row over. I'm going to take a sledge and a wood block, knock this top row over a little bit, get them lined up where I want them. Go ahead and put a couple nails in them. That way they'll be stationary, because it'll be easier for me to come back here where I can reach on the short side and knock these that way into those, and that should match up my gaps a little bit. So here's my Amazon splurge. Amazon Prime Day. I'm pretty excited about it. But because I bought it, I had to work a little extra overtime to cover the cost. And you guys are about caught up with me, content-wise, YouTube-wise. So my plan is to use this for the subfloor, to use it to put the decking down on the porch, to use it to frame with, all that. But I didn't want to buy a bunch of different sizes and tops of nails. So I figured framing's going to need the longest nails. So I bought 3-inch ring shank, just so they won't pull out easy. Galvanized nails, because I'm going to use some of the nails outside. Some of them are going to be inside. But the long and short of it is, the bigger box of nails you buy, the cheaper per nail it is. So I picked the size, went ahead and got them galvanized. I did not buy the Pass Load name brand nails, I forget what they're called. But I've got one size nail, and it's going in everything. Well, I'm in the truck waiting this storm out. I always get aggravated because I try to show you all better footage and then you hear thunder in the distance and you kind of got to get to work. But I got it all nailed down. Pretty happy with it. I like the way it turned out. I went ahead, stretched my tarp over it, laid some rocks up on it. Hopefully it'll hold through this rain. But my goal is to wait this rain out, go back up and uncover it so you guys can get a look at it. Cover it back up, put some screws in the tarp, in the eyes of the tarp, and kind of put it down more permanently. And then we can get out of here. I hope the worst of the storm goes around me. Well, here she is, folks. Feels solid. I don't hear any creaks or squeaks. Nowhere near perfect, but I kind of left perfect behind at the start of this project, so it all should match up just nice. All right, I'm gonna get this thing covered. Hopefully this rain stays to the north of me. I will see you all next week. Until then, find something you love to do and do it till it hurts.